Celestia Chain of Fate is a port of a mobile otome game that has been adapted for PC and Switch, developed by Indonesian studio Agate and published by P-Cubed, who has previously worked with its developer on the Valtharian Arc series. This otome visual novel invites players into a world of magic and romance, where the protagonist Arya Silverwings uncovers the truth about her lineage and her connection to the realms of Angelus and Daemon. What begins as a fairy tale from her childhood transforms into a reality that defines her destiny. Celestia Chain of Fate introduces Arya, who's raised in the human realm and discovers that her biological parents were from the realms of Angelus and Daemon, and their love defied the odds. Due to the dangers that they each faced, they left her in the human realm, leaving her unaware of her origins. As she reached adulthood, Arya is faced with a life-altering decision: either continue living obliviously as a human or join the prestigious Celestia Academy to uncover the mysteries of her past and the true nature of the world she inhabits. The Academy serves as a bridge between the realms, though it also highlights the tension that exists within the coexistence. As with most otome games, the romance element is central to the experience in this game. Upon joining Celestia Academy, Arya meets three potential love interests: Ashe, Val, and Luke. Ashe is a nobleman from the Glacial Kingdom. He's half Angelus and exudes cool composure, but his competitive nature often gets the best of him. Val, the next in line to rule the Daemon realm, is fiery and energetic, though he tends to become awkward when it comes to romance. Lastly, Luke is a high-ranking Angelus and is the social butterfly of the group, especially making friends and being quite forward with his feelings for Arya. What sets this otome apart from traditional romance visual novels is the ability to pursue all three love interests simultaneously. While this allows players to experience each bachelor's story in a single playthrough, it also dilutes some of the weight of the player's decisions. The speed at which the romance can evolve feels rushed, and though there are intimate moments with each character, they seem disconnected from the main plot. These moments feel fleeting and fail to integrate into the larger narrative in a meaningful way, which can make the relationships feel shallow despite their enjoyable presentation. Another drawback is the game's handling of the user interface, particularly the log system. In many visual novels, the logs allow players to review previous dialogue, but in Celestia, this feature becomes unavailable after loading a save or moving to a new chapter. This design choice can be frustrating, especially when trying to keep track of the character's development or plot points. Similarly, during CG scenes, the menu is inaccessible, preventing players from saving or reviewing dialogue until the scene ends. In terms of narrative pacing, Celestia Chain of Fate can feel incomplete at times. Being that this is the first book in the series, there's just a little too many storylines that are remaining unresolved, and I was left feeling with more questions than answers. It's clear that the game is building towards future installments, but the lack of closure makes this entry feel less satisfying. On the other hand, the game's world building is fascinating, and each chapter introduces new elements about the realms and their histories, making the open-ended nature of the story feeling a little unfulfilled. Visually, Celestia shines with its charming character designs and vibrant use of colors and lighting. The CG scenes are particularly striking as they feature slight camera work that adds depth and dynamic flair to the presentation. The magical fantasy world that this game depicts is brought to life through these visuals, which are a highlight of the entire experience. That said, the absence of voice acting is a notable drawback. In a genre where voice acting often plays a significant role in connecting players to the characters, the silence here is deafening. It's a missed opportunity to bring more life to these characters, and the lack of voice dialogue detracts from the emotional depth of certain scenes. Despite its shortcomings, Celestia Chain of Fate offers an enjoyable otome experience with a magical setting and interesting characters. The romance options, while a bit rushed, are charming and the game's visual appeal is undeniable. However, the incomplete narrative and underdeveloped user interface hold it back from reaching its full potential. Fans of the genre who are looking for a fantasy romance with a bit of mystery will find plenty to enjoy, though they should temper their expectations regarding the game's pacing and closure. Celestia Chain of Fate is an engaging otome game that delivers in its romantic moments and world building, though its lack of satisfying conclusions and some technical shortcomings leave for some improvements. It's a promising start to what could be a captivating series. Still, players will have to wait for future installments to see how this story unfolds. Noisy Pixel is giving Celestia Chain of Fate a 7 out of 10. Thanks for watching. This video is brought to you by our supporters on Patreon. Noisy Pixel is run by a group of gamers providing independent gaming coverage through news, reviews, previews, and more. Check out our Patreon to help support our continued growth, and subscribe to keep up with all our future content.
Noisy Pixel.